Let's talk about Trump's latest product, the gold card. On December 10th, 2025, Trump unveiled the much awaited, much ballyhooed, much touted, new and the greatest product in the immigration system since the advent of the earth itself, the Trump gold card. Because now the gold card, the immigration card, is a commercial product, apparently that goes into the Commerce Secretary's portfolio in Trump's administration. Here is Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick making the announcement about the availability of gold cards.
A little description of the Trump gold card, please.
Sure. So for an individual, it's $1 million, and for a corporation, it's $2 million. And as the president said, for a corporation, they spend $2 million. They can then have an employee, full vetting, the best vetting the government has ever done, $15,000 vetting to make sure these people absolutely qualify to be in America. Absolutely qualified. And then
you heard the man, the best vetting ever possible on planet Earth. The vetting of the process for $15,000. You're going to be vetted quickly into the gold card. The Trump gold card is a shiny new initiative that promises expedited permanent residency for the low price of $1 million. The White House is pitching this as a genius economic product that will wipe out the national debt and bring in import high value talent into the country. I beg to differ. If you peel back the gold foil, you won't find a coherent immigration policy behind it. You will find the same mechanics that powered Trump University and Trump Taj Mahal Casino, which is a luxury brand slapped onto crumbling infrastructure, sold to the highest bidder before the inevitable bankruptcy filing. Let's take a closer look at the pitch versus the reality. What is the product? What is its goals and objectives? What are the expectations? What are the optics? What is the past performance of the person who's selling you this? What are the risks financially, process-wise, and legally? Let's take a closer look. Let's begin with the optics of it, right? It's the president sitting at the Oval Office desk, resolute desk, and behind is this Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick. By the very nature of the rollout of this program, it is less statement-like policy and more like a late-night infomercial. Remember February 2025 when it was first announced? I do.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
sure.
Okay, you heard the president. That was in February 2025. He said, we are going to be selling these cards. It has never been done before. Actually, it has been done in other countries, but not in the United States. He got that part right. He's going to prioritize the citizenship, green card. Wow, he was going to roll out in 2 weeks. Well, apparently, in Trump's calendar, 2 weeks is eternal. At least in this particular case, it happened in about 11 months. Not too bad for Trump. Also, didn't we hear him say it is $5 million back in February? And it was going to be unveiled in 2 weeks? Okay, February, March, April, May, blah, 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 blah. So about 10 and a half months. Not too bad for Trump, who always keeps saying 2 weeks. At least this one, he launched something. Unlike the healthcare plan, which is always 2 weeks, or Ukraine war in the next 2 weeks, whatever. At least he launched this product. The Trump Gold Card, unlock life in America. Apply now. An official website of the United States. Apply now. Let's see what they have here. Choose your card. Individual Trump Gold Card. Individual Trump Platinum Card. Coming soon. Coming soon. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Corporate. Trump Corporate Gold Card. This is just like any other Trump product he launched over his lifetime. Let's take a look at this individual Trump Gold card. Okay, choose your card. I chose that card, Trump Gold card, TC, I think Trump card 2025, recipient information, blah, 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 blah. So all these things are, you provide the information, continue to payment. So you pay $15,000. You will be expeditedly processed to put ahead of everybody to get your green card. That is the expectation, right? Okay. If you can afford $1 million and pay, you and your family will be ahead of the queue. That's probably the expectation of the people, right? That's what they were selling. At the same time, if you paid $100,000, which was unveiled a few months ago, for your H-1B, it might take you however many years to get to the point where you can be processed for green card. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Who needs PhDs? We want your liquidity. $100,000 is only 10% of $1 million. Good math. Here is what the fine print, which you may not have seen in the way that was rolled out in the White House. That $1 million people pay is for the privilege of standing in line. Here's the deal. The most biting criticism of this is not about the morality, but it's about the mechanics. What legal experts are saying is the executive order 14351 is a legal hallucination, and it does not allow you to stay ahead of everybody and get your green card if you paid $1 million. But that's how it is being sold. Why? Under the Immigration and Nationality Act, the president does not have the authority to create a new visa category. That power belongs to the Congress. That plenary power belongs to the Congress and Congress only. So what are you actually buying by paying $1 million? The privilege of standing in line just like others. In the same category you will be placed into. What is that category? EB2. That's the fine print in this whole proclamation. What is that category? It is EB2 category. At present, in the EB2 category, the earliest availability for green card is 2038 if you apply today. I looked into what the legal experts have been saying about this. They're calling this nothing but a sleight of hand. The administration is selling this as a gold card visa, but they're not giving it because no such thing exists. If you read the executive order, the $1 million is a donation to the US Treasury, and it equates that to evidence of exceptional ability. In other words, your bank balance is your ability. In other words, the government is putting you in EB2 or EB1 categories. Trump has a history of launching products that failed miserably. Here are some of the historical parallels from Atlantic City to Trump University. This is the Trump's legacy of gold-plated failures. Trump had 6 corporate bankruptcies. 1991, Taj Mahal; 1992, Castle and Plaza; 2004, Hotels and Casino Resorts; 2009, Entertainment Resorts; 2014, which is the final exits from the entire casino business. And then he had discontinued product lines. Trump Steaks discontinued after 2 months, just 2 months. Trump Vodka, billed as success distilled, failed to gain market share, discontinued, and Trump's son is bringing it back. Trump the Game sold poorly despite Apprentice tie-in. This Trump the Game was launched while he was hosting the show The Apprentice. It failed. And then he got into services and other ventures. Trump Shuttle, 1989 to 1992, rebranded with gold fixtures, never turned a profit and defaulted on loans. He closed it down. Trump University faced fraud lawsuits, settled for $25 million in 2006, just before or after the elections. Trump Mortgage, 2006 to 2007, launched predicting a strong market, collapsed with the housing crisis. New Jersey Generals, 1983-85. His failed United States Football League strategy led to the league itself fold. So there is more to it. It is not just his failures. His failures caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I'll give you the example of Atlantic City, the warning, the contractor stiff. When Taj Mahal failed, it owed $70 million to local contractors. Small businesses were paid pennies on the dollar, some less than 30 cents on the dollar. The pension rate in 2014 bankruptcy, worker pension plans were terminated to save the company money. Here's a lesson. The gold card follows the same model, which is collect the cash up front. When the process fails, math fails, or legal problems come in, leave the customers holding the bag. That's Trump's model in his business. And that's what people thought he's a successful man. Let's compare EB5 category, which is congressionally authorized category, versus Trump's gold card, which is by Trump's executive order. In EB5, you invest $800,000. It goes into a business project, meaning like you're risking the money. You could lose the money. If you get the green card, you lose the money. But if you're denied, you get the money back. That is the guarantee of EB5. Whereas Trump gold card, you put $1 million donation to Treasury. Executive order is not the law, especially if it is in conflict with Constitution and the existing laws. And if you're denied for whatever reason, and there are no refunds. That's the difference between EB5 and executive order. But the executive order says, like, if you pay $1 million as a donation to the Treasury, you will be put into EB2 category. The backlog reality of EB2 is that they're like 10 to 20 years backlog right now. Trump EO promises expedited processing. You heard Howard Lutnick say it's premium processing, best vetting. Okay, vetting will be done. Will all these people come in front of the queue, in front of the EB2 queue, and then get it right away? You think they're not going to be sued about this? Let's assume the administration chooses to do that. Somebody paid $1 million today, and then that guy is placed ahead of the queue. You think they're not going to be sued? I think they will be. Here is what most likely going to happen. The real con is somebody paying $1 million. Vetting is going to be completed fast. They will fulfill that promise, but they say, congratulations, you can get your green card in 2038. Let's take a look at the legal problems. Legal scholars are showing 3 fatal flaws in this executive order and in Trump's gold card. The first one is Youngstown violation, which is separation of powers. Only Congress has the authority to pass anything related to immigration. You cannot do that by executive order. That is the quick summary. The second one is Administrative Procedures Act. So what's the argument here? The executive order claims to use existing EB2 categories. Immigration law states EB2 is for exceptional ability, science, arts, and business. Bank accounts has nothing to do with exceptional ability. Here is where the violation of Administrative Procedures Act kicks in. Redefining national interest to mean cash donation is argued to be arbitrary and capricious rulemaking, which fundamentally violates the Immigration and Nationality Act. That's strike 2. Is the strike 3, wealth-based line jumping. The argument is EB2 has now like 10 to 20 year waiting period, right? We saw the numbers. Let us say if the government allows these gold card members to jump ahead of the queue. By allowing that line jumping, the administration is violating the equal protection rights of the existing applicants. Equal protection violation. So the legal scholars are predicting judge is likely to issue a nationwide injunction on this. Here is the verdict from all the critics, especially the legal critics. It's just another golden facade, and we, the people, are the contractors who are going to get stiffed on the bill. Here's the most likely timeline the legal scholars are predicting. December 10th, website is launched. As early as January 2026, maybe sooner, lawsuits will be filed, and there will be likely injunction by February, and it will step into Supreme Court's territory in 2026 or later. Who are going to file these lawsuits? ACLU, AALA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, and EB2 applicants. They all have standing in it. Finally, what I will say is, buyer beware. Let's pause and ask this question. Is citizenship a civic duty or just another transaction? A transactional president brings in another fantastical product. For those of you who are considering buying this, proceed with extreme caution. Thank you.